Ready?
I guess.
Welcome back to another edition of Lifting with the Stars. Our guest today is Michelle. Michelle, are you nervous?
Yes, very much so.
You are going to do wonderfully.
Okay.
Over the last year, the changes Michelle has made, both physically and mentally, have been nothing short of awe-inspiring. I am so proud of everything you've accomplished. Michelle and her husband, John, train with me 4 days a week. She also does nutrition with Gina. And Michelle, you are an absolute rock star. But it wasn't always that way. You were once a struggling musician when I first met you. So let me ask you, what motivated you to get started?
Well, around this time last year, I just wasn't feeling good at all. My back hurt all the time. My hips hurt all the time. I struggled even just to go up and down the stairs. Even getting in and out of a chair hurt my lower back and my hips. And I just remember thinking to myself, I'm just too young to feel this old. So another one of your clients is a friend of mine, and I've been watching her progress over the last couple of years. And she's been doing a phenomenal job herself, and I'm so proud of her. So I told my husband, I go, we just got to give this a try.
Awesome. So when you got started, what were your initial goals?
My initial goals were just to lose some weight, obviously, and also get stronger. I was just tired of being in pain.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we first started, your body was so weak. Like your knees, your lower back, your ankles could barely support you doing about a quarter of a squat. I think you mentioned to me you were having a tough time just getting in and out of a chair.
Right.
And so yesterday, you squatted 97 pounds. I wrote this down. You squatted 97 pounds all the way down, ass to the grass. You deadlifted 124 pounds yesterday. Your knees, your core, your lower back has gotten just world stronger. I'm very, very proud of you and your achievements thus far. What kind of results have you seen since you started at Fit House?
Well, obviously, besides losing some weight, I definitely feel so much stronger, as Chris said. I have a lot more energy. I sleep like a champ. I'm getting really excited to do things that I thought were impossible last spring. So it's just exciting all the way around.
Has your husband seen results as well?
Absolutely.
I feel like you both came back to life. And I know he did, because in our peripheral vision right now, all we could see is Michelle's husband is like randomly working out in the background as we're sitting here filming this. I'm watching him go from curls to the rings. He doesn't want to be on video with us, but he's putting on a show for us of his own. I love all the results you just shared with me. Health and longevity come from strength training. The two biggest predictors of mortality are sarcopenia and dynapenia. That is the loss of muscle and the loss of strength that starts in all of our bodies around the age 20. So you could think about it like when that starts, like in our mid-20s, think like our body's defenses slowly start to lower and our body gets weaker and we become more susceptible to whatever our genes have in store for us. So that could be cardiovascular disease. It could be diabetes. It could be the dementia, Alzheimer's, like brain diseases. It could be osteoporosis, cancers. Those are in your genetics. But epigenetics, what epigenetics are, it means like your genes are not your destiny. So epigenetics are how your genes express themselves in the environment you create for them. So if you create an environment where you are strength training and you are keeping your body strong, you are setting yourself up to not fall prey to those as time goes on. You are setting your body up for not just a long life, but a functional life where you have an amazing quality of life. So I also want to ask you, what kind of results have you seen from doing nutrition with Gina?
So what I learned from working with Gina is I can't have whatever I want whenever I want. Long are gone the days of, having pasta a couple nights a week and pizza. Not that I don't treat myself here and there for sure, but I learned what my body needs in order to keep it fueled and to keep my metabolism working properly.
Yeah, I mean, the only way to build your metabolism is by building muscle in the specific way that we strength train. It's that simple. Again, starting around the age of 25, sarcopenia and dinapenia, you start to lose muscle mass, you start to lose strength. How many people do you know in your age range, Michelle, who say, nothing's changed. I keep eating the same things. I'm doing the same things that I did 10, 20 years ago, but all of a sudden fat is just piling on. I feel like it's just me getting older, my metabolism slowing down. It is your metabolism slowing down. Right. As you age, if you want to live a long, healthy, vibrant life, you must be maintaining and increasing your lean muscle and your strength. And it's that simple. Like cardio, group classes, boot camping, running, just doing the weightlifting program you found online. None of those are going to build your metabolism, and none of them will work long term. Did you know that even doing just a diet doesn't work?
Right.
Oh, you knew that?
You told me.
Oh, you're so
okay. You taught me that, Chris. You've taught us a lot of things this past year.
I actually had a girl just come up to me about a week ago, and she wanted to purchase just a nutrition plan. And regretfully, I told her we can't do that. And the reason we can't do that is just following a nutrition program. Science shows you're going to lose weight. Let's say about half the weight you lose is fat. Woohoo, great. But about half the weight you're going to lose is also going to be muscle. So what's going to happen is long term, eventually there's going to be an ugly rebound. Only let's say you lost 20 pounds, Michelle. Do you think you're going to put back, let's say you lost 10 fat, 10 muscle. Are you going to put back on 10 fat, 10 muscle?
Likely not.
No, you're going to put back on about 20 pounds of fat. So now your metabolism's shrinking even more. So the reason we can never just sell a nutrition plan is it's not going to work long term. And I don't want anyone to say that our program doesn't work.
Right.
Michelle, how has training, losing weight, and eating healthier affected your life?
Well, what was I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, folks. No, it's affected everything. I sleep better. I feel better. Training here, it's not just working on your physical body, but it's also helps your mental health as well. You get those happy endorphins after every workout. And if somebody walks out of here saying that they don't feel better after being here, they're lying.
I remember when we first met, you were very, very nervous. But I also remember,
like right now.
Okay, touche. So one thing's been constant. You're just so nervous around me. But I remember you just seemed like this vibrant, bubbly, just fun person. But it was like somebody had sucked the life out of you and turned the volume way down. And it's been really cool over the course of this last year. It's like seeing you come back to life, not just physically, but just mentally as well. You're so much fun to be around. And I want to ask you as well, how has training affected your relationship with your husband as well, who trains with us?
Well, this is one thing that, we do together, and it's our time that we dedicate to ourselves and each other. And to get away from the house, get away from work, get away from the bills, and just concentrate on ourselves. We're each other's coaches and cheerleaders, so we keep each other motivated, and we keep each other accountable as well. So, there's always days that one of us might not feel like coming and want to play hooky, but we're like, nope, let's do it, because once, we're done, you'll be better off for it, and you'll be happy with yourself too.
And I love watching that dynamic. I thought you both got me one time on Cinco de Mayo. Is that, or what holiday was it?
No, it was April Fool's.
Oh, on April Fool's Day. Do you want to tell the story?
Well, I told April Fool's also fell on Dingus Day this year, right? So Mondays are one of our workout days. So I text Chris to say, hey, we're going to play hooky today. We're going to go to the Dingus Day parade and have some pierogies and beer. We'll see you on Wednesday. And he's like, I got a text back like, what?
I was literally speechless, because Michelle and John are the two last people in the world I would ever expect getting a text from saying, hey, we're blowing off training today to get beer. A year ago, I might have believed it, but they're so on track and so into what they're doing and what's making such progress. I was like, I'm sitting home with Gina brainstorming what an appropriate response could be. I show up thinking she's not going to be here. She's the first person in the parking lot laughing at me saying April Fool's. I think that's the first time anyone's ever gotten me on April Fool's in my entire lifetime that I can think of. So Michelle, what are your future goals?
So future goals are obviously, I still want to continue to lose weight, but I also want to still, continue to build my muscle. I'm starting to see, results in my physical changes, that I'm enjoying and liking. And I just want to keep that up. I'm not trying to look like a bodybuilder by any means or anything like that, but I want my hard work to show.
I completely understand that. My goals for you are to continue along the path we're on, building muscle, which is going to build your metabolism and give you a greater capacity to have the fat loss results that you want, while also maintaining and building strength. Because again, I cannot stress this enough. As we age and we lose strength and muscle, that's what leaves our bodies open to the myriad of diseases out there. There was research done way back in 1982 that showed the two biggest predictors of mortality is the loss of strength and the loss of muscle. So the more we can prevent that, the longer we're going to live. Michelle, I like you very much. I would like you to live for a very long time. You and your husband, John, are two of my favorite things about Fit House. What is your favorite thing about Fit House?
Oh my gosh, there's lots of favorite things about Fit House. I love that this is not a big box monstrosity of a place. This kind of feels like you're going to your friend's, gym, Chris is wonderful to work with. Gina's wonderful. Everybody here. We actually work, I don't know if we talked about, one-on-one training or group trainings, but John and I actually are part of a small group training, which still you get all the benefits of one-on-one training with Chris, but still have a lot of camaraderie in the group. Everybody's wonderful. We've made new friends. We just enjoy being here.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you for sharing that. I didn't even think about that. So one thing I really strive for in our small groups is I still strive to give everyone individual attention and an individual program of what they need. So if you remember, like way back when we first started, you were doing something completely different than the rest of the group for quite a long period of time because we needed to build a foundation. But then once we built that foundation, our program gets more progressed as you progress. And it's beautiful because this is one trap a lot of people fall into. They think that what gets them from point A to B is the same plan that's going to get them from point B to C. So if we were still doing the same plan that we started you with, like on day one, you would not have achieved any of the results you would have achieved now. We would have achieved a month's worth of results, and then you still would have came in, you still would have sweated, and it still would have been hard, but you would have remained stagnant. And that's one thing that we're very, very adamant about is progress is gauged by tangible results. Michelle, if someone wanted to replicate your success thus far, what would you suggest?
I would just have to say, just get started. I mean, nothing's going to happen unless you take that step forward. Me and John were just talking. I'm like, I wish we had started this a year sooner because then we would be that much further ahead. But I mean, I look at the progress that we're making, and the only thing I can say is like the longest relationship you have with somebody is the one that you have with yourself. So why not take care of you?
I love that. Michelle, thank you very much for your time. We look forward to your continued success. Final question. Was this as bad as you thought it was going to be?
I am starting to calm down.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you.